Welcome to the Healthcare Provider Happy Hour. This is a safe space where we invite healthcare providers to unapologetically be themselves after the working day. My name is Jennifer George, and each week I will connect you with guests and stories that will help transform your stress to success and fulfillment. Are you with me? Grab your drink of choice and let's chat. Hey everyone, welcome to the Healthcare Provider Happy Hour. I'm your host, Jennifer George, and I'm joining you this evening with a glass of water. I want to chat with you about the art and the fine line of knowing when to get into action and when you should rest. I'm talking to the people who are working on something, have a passion or endeavor outside of their full-time job right now. Okay, so we are at risk for burning out, because we have more things on the go as well. And so it's so important to be mindful of when to get into action on these things outside of your regular work and when to rest. So I hope this provides some insight for you. You know, we can't expect things to just show up for us, even though sometimes they do. But even when they do, in some way, shape, or form, you have been co-creating that with the universe to happen for you in some way. Okay, you've been attracting that energy to you. And if we just sat there and we came home from work and we just sat in front of the TV and just expected all of the things that we wanted for our life to come to us, it just doesn't work that way. It does require an investment of action and intention on your part. Now, when is it too much? When should we be mindful of resting more? So I like to think of this in the context of working out. So if you think of like a workout a week at a glance, typically 1 or 2 days of rest are usually recommended in a workout program, okay? Now let's say on one of your days of rest, you start to feel super energized and you're motivated and you want to go to the gym or you want to get a workout in. Would you rest when you have all of this energy inside of you, this purposeful energy? Probably not. I would recommend in that case that you do work out. But let's say a lot of time goes by and you haven't rested. So let's say 2 or 3 weeks have gone by and you haven't taken a rest period yet. You might start to notice, if you're aware, that you're not sleeping as well during the night, or you're more exhausted. You might start to notice that your workouts are not as strong and consistent as they normally are. You might notice even that you're retaining weight. Okay, there's certain factors that you start to notice internally in relation to your outside world that just don't align. And it's likely due to the fact that you're overworking yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and all of that is energy, and it takes energy. And on top of that, you're working your regular full-time job, right? So what I would like for you to do is plan for your rest, just like you would for your workouts. And if on those rest days that you've planned for, you find that you have an abundance of energy, because a lot of other factors play into that too. Like it can be hormonal for some of us, that we know cyclically that we have a lot more energy at this time of the week or at this time of the month, right? So you've got to consider all of these internal factors for you specifically. So it all depends from person to person. But my point here is that you are recognizing that rest is also a part of your success. Okay, that rest is a part of the path. It's a part of the journey as well, and plan for that. And if you are feeling super good on your rest day and you are not doing anything at the expense of yourself or your loved ones, let's say you had planned something with someone important in your life and you would rather get some work done, that's a tough one. That's a tough call. And you want to realize that time that you have that person, you might not get back tomorrow. So you want to think about these things and what matters most to you at that time or at that moment in your life. Mind you, if it's something really pressing, it's a deadline, or it's like you just have to do it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That super important person in your life will understand. They usually do. That's why they're important to us. They get us more than anybody, right? But you just want to make sure that you are not sacrificing your well-being in any way, shape, or form in order to get something done. Because you have to be able to enjoy it, right? You have to be able to enjoy the journey, and you also want to be able to enjoy the success that comes with it, with all of the investment you're putting into it. So my thought about rest in action is necessary, but also plan for rest. And if you're super energetic on your rest day, and like I said, you're not hurting anybody or yourself in order to get something done, whether it's emotionally too, that's fine, then do it. But then still plan that rest day. Have that intention in mind, okay? Or even if it's a rest period, like if it's a certain time of day every day or whatever it is for you, you want to be intentional about your rest just as you are about getting into action. Okay, and then you won't have to hopefully deal with the fact that, you are contemplating working or resting because you're already planned for it. So it all comes down to intention at the end of the day and how you create that vision for how you want this to play out for you and commit to it. So let me know what you guys think. If you like this podcast, please send me an Instagram message on there. My handle is @bestobsessedwithjen. If this is something that you've struggled with, if you haven't, I'd be super surprised. I don't know anybody who hasn't struggled with this concept, but everybody's different. And the overall idea behind this is to prevent burnout, right? So that's what you're thinking about, because it is always just around the corner. So you just want to realize that having passions, right? Having endeavors, that's also a part of burnout prevention, because it's in a way finding your voice. It's a vision for your life and yourself. You want to have that. That's important to nurture. And that's one way of preventing burnout. But your path in terms of getting there and working at that also requires some rest and reflection and repair during that time. Okay, so until we chat next time, remember to stay well and stay happy. So if you guys like this podcast, please subscribe and leave an honest review. Your feedback means everything to me. Your reviews are what moves this podcast forward, and I always appreciate receiving them. If you want to get a hold of me directly, reach out to me on social media. My handles are in the show notes, and you can always subscribe to my weekly newsletters at jennifergeorge.co so that we can stay connected. So until next time, thank you guys so much again for your ongoing support.